All right. All right. All right. Good night, G's. What's going
Good
on?
night, everyone. What's going on, man?
Good night, good
Good
night.
night, good night, good night. Kwan, I thought we fixed the issue, but we didn't fix the issue.
I see exactly.
The camera issue. But yeah,
So why is your camera off?
no,
The
it's
man
not
ugly
even.
boy.
Yeah, boy, facts, boy, dog, boy.
Go and link the YouTube link so I could just send it out there now. Oh, you sent it? I wait,
Yeah.
man. A broadcaster and waiting for Gab to it.
Well, he said he's eating at the moment.
That's cool. Let him do his thing. I'll
Right.
jump in already. I see. I didn't realize Fantasy Pavilion was doing the same thing as us.
Yeah.
Same time. That's bad time anyway.
For them, us.
They normally do
Ooh.
it on a Thursday.
Nah,
though.
nah, nah. Oh, nah. Well, them. The stream is always be good, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just given the time and really had no other choice, right? So,
Yeah.
and Java jumping in with us too, right?
Nah, he said he coming tonight.
It's small
Right.
thing, man.
So everybody, good night, good night.
Good nights.
Welcome to FBL Pod. I'm Kwan, as everybody should know. And well, these are my co-hosts for tonight. Right? We have you on.
Good night, everybody. Was you seen?
We have Dr. Vic.
Good night, good night.
And we have Timmy, who we did not see on the camera. Which I don't know why.
I'm trying to fix the issue at the moment, right? But good night, everyone.
It's called them Mr. Technical Difficulties,
So it's good. So it's good. You gotta more that. So fellas, always go. Always start up. Always start up you on.
Morning prayer.
Morning
I don't
prayer.
know how is that up. Yeah. I feel as the game week review.
Correct.
Nice, nice, nice. Big up Javid. I don't see message in the chat there. What's going on,
Right.
man?
So since Timmy sorting out himself with this thing he had here, I guess Vic could start you off. Vic, how was the game week, my bro?
I'll share my screen and show the rather horrendous game week that's
That everyone
ensued
on.
this week. So this week I got 61 points. I had 10 players play. Well, 11 players playing because Liverman 2 played, but
Did
Dennis
he?
and King got called off after the deadline, and yeah, I think it just really hit my heart, like because I took a -8 this week. I initially did Vardy to Ronaldo last week Saturday. Ronaldo's game got called off, so I did Ronaldo to Dennis, and I did
Oof.
Brownhill to Jota, but then Watford got called off as well, and yeah, this game week was a really painful game week for me, even though Trent scored a wonderful goal, Salah captain, Jota, Smith Rowe, and James and Ramsdale all pulled through. I still think it was a pretty poor game week in my eyes. And another lovely red arrow. Just look at that. Red arrows right through. So it does go sometimes. What we gonna do?
Very good, boy. Very good. Yeah, as we say here, we say we move.
We move.
Next another game week, so don't worry
We
yourself.
moving? Yeah, we moving down.
Yeah, you always moving, man. You always moving. That's the important thing. Just keep swimming.
Yeah, clock. Yeah. So how was your game week?
I had a green arrow, guys. I'm gonna share my screen there.
What?
You had a
Let
rare
me-
green arrow.
Yeah. Good way, hold up, brother. I didn't realize
One-
this thing playing the fool. Give me a
One
second.
green arrow the man gets and he passed me,
Hey, good way. Hold on, man. This
Hey
thing
Gabe,
playing
good night, good night.
Good night, Gabe. What's up,
Hey,
man?
What's up? Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Good evening, man. I'm good.
We're good.
Are we live yet? Am I just jumping like right into
Oh no, we're
Yeah,
live. We're live.
you
We're live.
jump right in there.
All right, I like that. That's good.
All right. So you go ahead there.
Yeah, man. So I pulled off a massive 82 minus 4, which I really needed. As you guys can see here, so I played with 10 men, 9 men if you count Livermento. Um, Gaita, of course, injury prevented him from playing, but I took a hit for Watkins and Foden, and they repaid me with 24 beautiful points. Um, Obviously, a bit upset that Josh King didn't play, but thankfully he didn't because Broha came off my bench with 12 points. I'm very pleased with his signing so far. I think I did Antonio to him about 3 weeks ago, and so far it's been two returns, two game weeks where he's given me returns. Um, my favorite player in the whole world, Alexander Arnold, capping off a brilliant performance with a fantastic goal. Reece James finally delivering the goods with 8 points, and of course the inevitable Mohamed Salah, captain, with a goal. And oh yeah, Diogo Jota. You probably could have had more, but 7 points, I'll take that every day. And yeah, 82, a game week rank of 39k, and 200k plus green arrow from 599 to 383. So hopefully I can continue the momentum. Want to big up Dagger Scout one time. Y'all know Javid. He, me and him, we planned all these transfers, and he advised me because I was kind of deciding Foden or stealing, and he said, bro, just go Foden, don't risk it, go Foden. I said, all right, okay. If Stealing holds, I'm gonna be upset. And yeah, I mean, things worked out, right? So yeah, um, that's me this week, and very happy with it, honestly. Hopefully, I can keep it up, and yeah.
All right. So, Gabe, how was your game week?
My game week, it was fair, I guess. I I last game week I took a hit for De Gea because I didn't have a keeper, and I wanted two for the playing keepers for the long run, um, and that worked out. So I figured now De Gea, now that I brought him in, of course he's not playing this week. So I took a hit for Guaita, and that didn't work out. So I shouldn't have pressed my luck with that one. I got 68 points though. Slight green arrow up to 73k. Got 5 from DS, 11 from Trent, 8 from James, and 6 from Alonso. Alonso's the real differential there. Was really happy to sneak that clean sheet. That was pretty sweet. I had Bernardo Silva with the disappointing 1 point, but in this time when they have so many games, it's always going to be a possibility. No big deal. Jota with 7, Salah, of course, as mentioned already. Bowen with a disappointing 2, despite playing at the outright 9 for West Ham. It's a shame West Ham were so conservative against Arsenal there. And then, of course, Watkins was the other player I brought in this week, saving the hit. I don't attribute a hit to one player. I like to say, look, I brought Watkins and Guaita for a hit. That way I don't have to tell myself that I brought in a goalkeeper for a hit. It's my way out of that trap. And then obviously disappointing Dennis, Cornet, Cancelo, and Tony with all donuts there, zeros.
Not bad at all, man.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. To me,
Thing with the
go ahead now, you on. We was going to
just
say
saying,
before we go.
with this game week, man, like 45 is the average. Anything over that 60 mark, I think, fantastic stuff, really. It's always gonna be tough with all the cancellations, all the last minute cancellations. So anything over that 60 mark, it's just take it and run, That's how I see it.
Yeah, to me,
All
how
right,
was your
so
game week?
as Johan said, 60 was the mark. Yeah, 60 was 60 was the mark, but unfortunately, I wouldn't have been able to make that. Let me share my team. All right, you all see, right?
You press share. Hold on to me. Let me just share it up there for you. Yeah. So
All right, yeah. So,
all right.
you tell me when you all see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
see
see
them.
it.
All right, yeah. So, I started Gaita hoping that he would play. He didn't play. Sanchez came on with 3 points. Actually, off the bench points is the story of my life this game week. Trent with a really nice 11 points, even though Liverpool didn't keep the clean sheet. I was real glad about that. As you can see, aside from Salah and Foden, who I made a last minute move, I think, to get in, which I was actually glad because Moscow could have been a lot worse. But yeah, so Foden and Salah, 12 and 16 respectively. Um, the rest of the team, I didn't want to talk about it. But I'm hoping that next week it will be, well, not next, but next game week will be a better game week. Red arrows, as we can see, straight down the line, which is something I'm not really too excited about. But as we always say, we move. Looking forward to another game week. Hopefully the cancellations come out before the game week deadline this week, as I see some of them have already done. But yeah, hoping that I can have a full team play next week, no off the bench points and a green arrow. But yeah, that's basically it for my team.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I mean, we had a sometimes it might work out, sometimes it work out, right? The only time you could get big points, right?
Yeah, I wish all the time we could get big points.
I'm getting a little trouble with sharing my team. So I'll just tell you all.
Show it now, show it the disaster, show it the
Like,
disaster.
nah, Kwan did well this week, man.
Not as good as
Yeah,
the one, but you know how this go.
yeah, I did well,
Humble,
man.
humble.
I did well.
Make up
I
the
am,
FPL gun.
but all
Thanks,
right.
yes.
Anyway, so I got 70 points this game week, right? My bench helped me actually. I got a surprising six from Markal of all players. Imagine that. I did. I didn't expect him to even play,
Who
but
has this player?
Nori got pulled up right before the match, and yeah, and then well, my bench also saved me because I had Gundogan.
Don't know why your bench Gundogan. I don't know why.
I didn't think he would have come on and get 7 points. Okay,
It worked out.
right?
That's all.
Yeah, it worked out. So Captain Salah, I got 11 from Trent, 8 from James, 12 from Watkins, which you know Vic said he wasn't too confident with Watkins and whatnot and whatnot. But yeah,
Even I
yeah,
said that.
Watkins
So.
is yeah. So well, uh, uh, a proper week with green arrows, I should say. Did he did well? He did well.
And the team did really well, I think.
Yeah.
That's good. Excellent work, guys. I think this is the calm before the storm, though, because you see, next game week, I'm worried. I'm very worried. Don't know how you guys feel, but I am extremely concerned. Just all
I
these.
have 9 at best. Best case scenario right now, I
Yeah.
have 9 players.
Yeah,
Same,
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Yeah, I think. I've seen people free hit. I saw one guy free hit this week. I think Matt FPL, if you guys follow him, and he got over 100 points this week. He had
Wow,
size.
Wow.
And off the
wow.
bench, he had Jacob
Wow.
Ramsey, who's he's passed the eye test every time I've seen him off the bench as well. He actually had Sterling, but he didn't play, so he had Foden, and then he points off the bench, playing keeper. And yeah, I mean, I think of free hit. I don't know, like I don't think I will predict the fixtures well enough for my free hit to come in handy in a game week like the next game week, right? So it's just gonna be 9 players and a little bit of hope, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of the free hits, um, in terms of free hits on for game week 18, I would kind of advise against it because the first things first, we don't know for sure if any more fixtures are going to be impacted or not. So I would know where to start if I were to free hit this for this week at least.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's gonna be tough, I think, to call it because I mean everybody expected Watford to go on, right? But I know Ben Curlin. I'll send Kwandy to you just so you could post it up if you could. But basically Ben Curlin did tweet and say that he thinks that 2+1s could possibly move to the midweek fixture of game week 18, which is the United game and the Brighton game. Sorry, and the Watford Crystal Palace game. So I don't know. I think I have one player from United. I have Dallo, and I have I have 3 players from Watford Palace. I'm gonna try and put them in my starting 11, just in case like things work out. But I know he said he thinks they're likely to be blanks, but just in case, right? I'm trying to be a little optimistic. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Uh, right now, it's really really tough. It's all these cancellations, and I think the Prem just needs to go on a break for a while.
Yeah, but
To
last
be
year that
honest
was
with you.
real frustrating. Man. That was real,
Yeah,
real, real frustrating. I'm not able with that.
Yeah. I think it's for the better, like for the best for every party involved. Really, I mean, the players deserve a rest. Really, I think they've been overworked this year. I just think for the safety of the fans as well. Like while football for me is like a break. Yeah, I enjoy football. I enjoy FPL as much as I hate the FPL. I enjoy it. I think it's for the best really. If we just call it like maybe like 10 days, a week, resume a little while after, maybe just before January, in January, whatever, and yeah, just play on. But I mean, I think tomorrow will be a big day in terms of news. We might hear about maybe postponements, like on a permanent basis. So
Wasn't there some news today about postponing till January or something like that?
yeah, it
Anybody
was.
no.
confirm that?
Well, they you see certain clubs want it, to be honest, but
Yeah,
they didn't say anything yet, to be honest. So
some rumors.
yeah,
Hmm.
so
Thing I feel like same thing Javid really said in his last in the space we had last week. He said, like planning just doesn't make any sense anymore
Correct.
because
Yeah.
everything just gets thrown out.
mhm.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I'd love to see the transfers section of the segment of the show tonight. I want to see what you all have planned because I have nothing, nothing
Oh,
at all.
I think none of us have anything planned because it really don't make no sense. Because we, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because you don't know
I
what
guess.
game might get cancelled. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to be able to see the future.
I'd advise people to stay away from minus at this moment too. Like for this little period, don't take any minus. Play with your team. If your team have starting men, you're sure to get points as compared to taking a minus and then you end up with players that don't even play like licks. I
Yeah,
realize.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree with you in that respect. I think what we could do is we could take a look at some of the standout players from last week, I guess, and we could like I don't know if you how much football you watch this week, but um I mean I feel like this is gonna be the last little bit of football we have to base our next transfers on. So if you guys wanna talk about that, but I mean City obviously they play Newcastle next week, right? And I think that's probably the fixture that most of us would have targeted,
Mhm.
just given like if it, for me, I have like I think my four playing midfielders and then Gallagher. I don't want to sell Conor Gallagher, so I'm not selling him. But like I would have liked to make the switch to get in Sterling actually because I think like given his rest against Leeds, he will play against Newcastle. What do you guys think about that? Like in terms of the City
Yeah,
assets?
he will. He had it's 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. That's what Pep doing. That's why I picked Foden.
Mm, I would
I
like to
don't know
keep
if
it.
I don't know if I see that. I think Sterling only got his shot because everybody was injured. Gundogan,
Yeah, yeah.
Bernardo Silva was injured. Kevin De Bruyne was injured. Grealish was injured, and now everybody's getting healthy. And I think Sterling's going to get knocked back down to where he belongs, which is on the bench.
But he didn't
Um,
play bad though. For the little moments
I
he got, he didn't play bad.
he had production, but I thought he played poorly. Every time City wanted to attack quickly, Sterling's first touch was back. He paused every single attack.
I agree. I agree.
And then when he pauses, then he starts. You can see he's thinking, and he doesn't know what to do. So what does he do? He runs into a defender, and
For another turn,
sometimes
yes.
sometimes the ball bounces to him. Sometimes and he can get returned. I'm not saying he won't, but
Yeah,
I still don't see him getting the ball and moving with the team, doing the things that the team is trying to do. He's still too hesitant, in my opinion.
Okay, good
and
point. Good
and and
point.
and also like for 3 million more than or 2 million more than Foden, 2.5 million more than Foden. I think that comparison, yeah, I think
yeah,
that
I
sets
agree
it
with
to
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly because that's the thing too. Like, I just felt like it was a run of form, and I mean, 11. I think in his last three starts he got returns, right? But that's the thing. Like, I'm just so scared of that rotation. I feel like the safest bet with City will always be the defense in terms of Cancelo. I think Cancelo is actually a good captaincy show this week, actually.
Mhm.
I agree.
Um,
Uh,
yeah.
and obviously I think Diaz, coming back in, should start. So I think he might be a good option to double up. But I don't know, like Phil Foden, I think he could have had way more than 12 points this week. He was amazing, like in all stages. I think he had a goal ruled out as well. He had a couple shots that went narrowly wide. So yeah, I mean, in terms of I own Foden, I'm not sure how long I will own him for because of that rotation. If Foden was nailed, I always say like I would always have him in my team. But just that rotation thread is killer right now. So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely dangerous to call. I know a lot of people. I think Bernardo was a little unlucky last week because he did against Leeds. He missed the open goal right before Foden scored the opener.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what's gonna go on with him as well. But City just have so many talents, so many different. Because I think Pep went for like he brought in four midfielders to try and upset Leeds' man marking system, and it really worked. Obviously, 7-0. So yeah, I mean, who knows what he'll try against Newcastle. Newcastle today, their wingers always their wing back. Sorry, I think Jamal Lewis pulled up, so Madrid is deputizing there. Maybe Mares might be another shout again because he was really impressive. I don't know if you guys saw his assist and his I think he scored as well, right? So he was really good. We don't know if De Bruyne will keep his spot even because De Bruyne I came out and said that he's still recovering from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to ponder. I'm scared that Foden gets dropped as well, but hopefully not. It's tough. It's definitely tough. Well, you
Yeah.
guys have any other transfer plans that you had in mind?
Who was I
Thoughts on
watching this game week? You go ahead. You go ahead, Vic.
thoughts on ESR against Leeds.
Huh. Well, I made the mistake this week of I wanted to sell either him or Rafinha, and I said, you know what, I don't think ESR starts, so I was right about that, and I sold ESR for Foden. Um, sure, probably sold Rafinha, but like he's getting to that. He's on a hot streak right now. Like maybe the numbers are not matching, but he's on a hot streak. He's scoring a lot of goals. So I don't know. I feel like I might want him back immediately. But
But
what I was really looking at,
do you think he starts against Leeds?
I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, he came off the bench. I could see him probably get eased in because I think Leeds, like might be a fixture at target right now. Um, we've seen how many goals have they conceded in like the last like couple of games, like a lot, right? I think 10 in the
I
last
think.
two,
Well,
12
yeah.
in the last three, and yeah, I mean, looking at Arsenal specifically, like I was contemplating because I have Livermento. I think Livermento's time in my team coming to an end. He survived this week.
Mm-hmm.
He was this was supposed to be the parting gift. If you guys had Livermento, that donuts, I was expecting like give me like 1 point, man. Give me two
I
points, one
sold
point.
him.
Like, who you selling for?
I sold him and I brought in Consa and I got you.
Alright, nice one. I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like that's the route
That's a
there. I
nice
think
one.
yeah, because Javan and I were talking about it as well in terms of like replacing Livermore, replacing a defender. And for me, I think the Villa or the Arsenal defender for me because I don't own Ramsdale would probably be the best bet. And Matty Cash is the one who really caught my eye. He's been really good over the last couple of weeks since Gerrard has come in. Really, he's been really really good. Have you guys watched Matty Cash at all?
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking to you about this guy for a while now. You know
Of
that.
course, come on, of course.
The
Yeah.
And
He's the Polish Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Is he?
I don't say no that.
There's an expression that comes to mind that the Brits use, and it's "all fart no poo." is is that Matty Cash? Because he looks good. It looks like something should come out, and then it's ones
Yeah.
and twos in
yeah,
FPL.
he got 15 against Everton, man. He got 15 against Everton. So
Okay, you got well. All right,
I think.
fair
wait,
enough.
okay, give me play.
Fair enough.
I think too, you have to factor in the fact that he's in a defense with Tyron Mings. So
Yeah, that's a big factor, honestly, isn't it? I know he's up and on. He's creating a lot of chances. He gets the freedom to roam really, because I think Marvelous Nakamba sort of drops into that halfback position there. So now you have two wing backs coming up. Target doesn't really excite me as much. I know
No.
Cash is actually 1 yellow card away from a suspension as well.
Mhm.
But that's why I'm gonna like the real guy I want to replace Livermento with is Tomiyasu. And I think everybody's a Tomiyasu fan. I feel like everybody's a fan of Tomiyasu. He's been really, really good.
yeah,
Solid boy. Solid.
since signing, yeah. And I think like he should cover Ramsdale because it feels like when Ramsdale doesn't get the bonus points, Tomiyasu gets the bonus points.
Hmm.
So I've been looking at him.
Shout out to Kwan though. Kwan has been singing his pieces since the first game Tomiyasu played.
Yeah, he is a quality player. He is a quality player.
Kwan in your team?
No, why? He doesn't my team.
In fact,
We never follow our own advice, do we?
I
Kwan
actually
was
have him in a draft team with in a league I'm in with Gabe.
Kwan was actually telling me he wanted to sell Marcel for Tomiyasu.
you can't try to set up Massa, like, I don't know, like, he put him on for sale like a month ago, and he's still
You
can't
know
sell.
how long I'm trying to sell this guy.
I think he might really
Luckily
be
I
the man
didn't.
right now. I think he might be the man right now. Yeah, this week it really came in clutch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
But I mean, if he had made that switch to Tomiyasu, you would have got probably like a
True.
point more. So,
true.
but I think right now
Grateful
he covers.
nonetheless.
True.
But that's the thing too. Like I feel like with Tomiyasu, really secure. I think Tony is the same price, but I'm just afraid of owning Tony. I've owned him before. He's gotten me a lot of points, but he's also gotten injured. And he always feels like a transfer out at some point. But Arsenal's performance against West Ham, I think I know West Ham's game is possibly cancelled as well, right? I think it is cancelled.
It is.
Yeah, it
Right.
is.
Yeah, so I mean that's really good news for Antonio owners because he was gonna play right back again, I'm guessing. If you guys watched that Arsenal game, he was literally right back. Before Kufal was sent off, he was playing right back. It was terrible.
I didn't watch the game, but I knew because I think Garth was complaining about it with you, right,
Yeah.
Gabe? Yeah.
Yeah. I was happy that Bowen was at the 9, but still nothing happened. It doesn't
Nothing
matter.
happened there.
He can play right back. He can play goalkeeper. They're not if you don't score, it's all the same.
Yeah.
West Ham have looked really poor in recent weeks, man. Like honestly, like a different side to the side that beat Chelsea, Liverpool.
Well, they have a replace their entire back four.
Exactly, yeah.
Replacement players.
Yeah,
All of
and
them.
I
think that is a big because I was gonna like Masuaku, and I don't even have faith against Norwich. Like I just feel like they're gonna let something slip.
Timo
So-
Pukki.
I think didn't Pukki come off injured?
Did
I feel
he?
like he did. I don't
Did
know.
he?
I know I saw somebody talk about his hamstring, but I'm not sure if he did. Now he played 90 minutes, man. But I did see somebody talk about his hamstring.
But
I
just
don't know.
a quick point about the Villa defense. One thing's nice about Villa defense is in the next 10 game weeks they face bottom like 14 or below opposition 7
Right.
times.
Ooh.
7 out of the next 10, and the other 3 are Chelsea. Okay, difficult. United from a defensive point, difficult, and Brentford not so difficult. So
Okay.
8 out of the next 10 from a defensive perspective could be pretty nice for them.
That's solid. I might have to bring in cash at this point. I don't know.
But
Evie Martinez-
if it's
Evie
all far no
Martinez
poo,
is-
don't look at me.
I don't know. I feel like with Villa as well, sometimes like Timmy has Konza, and like I know people had Mings last season. Like they just crop up with the odd goal every so often. Like you always just see Mings scores a random goal. Konza scored a brace a couple weeks back. It also means Martinez is back on the menu, I think. So that's
Yeah,
interesting
it
as
is,
well.
it is.
Yeah, the save point god we all know from last season. But I feel like covering Ramsdale is probably a priority for me. I don't know, especially with this. They have Norwich coming up. We'll see. I think tomorrow I'm gonna leave this transfer really late. I'm gonna wait until we get some news about cancellations and whatnot. But yeah,
I have a question though. What makes Matty Cash more appealing than Matt Target?
just gets forward more from what I've seen from watching the games and stuff.
I think
Well,
that's
I mean-
Footballing ability.
That too.
yeah, true.
He's an
I always
easier
feel like
watch.
I always feel like as well with people coming back from injury. I feel like Ashley Young, this guy Steven Gerrard, he seems to really like Ashley Young's experience as well. So he plays him at the left wing. I think somebody I talked about with us. We talked about Ashley Young. We talked about in his space as well. He gets a lot of minutes. He's cheap, but not enough minutes. Like he came off, I think, at like 57 this week. So
59.
if you had him, you would have had a 4.7 million who got a clean sheet. But I mean, he came out 59 minutes, and that's always sickening. And he came out 68 against us. 90. I mean, he played 59 against City as well, so that doesn't bode really well, right? He did get an assist against, I think, Palace. Yeah. So I don't know. He seems to be in favor of Steven Gerrard. That's one thing. But I mean, yeah, just Cash just always seems to be forward, and he likes to attack. Since even under Dean Smith, he liked to attack.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
He's always been an exciting player. I think even before Villa signed him, we were talking about him. I think me and you one. And when he signed, we were so excited to see him because we know the kind of prospect he was. Yeah,
Yeah, he was highly rated before
yeah.
that, and
I know that
I-
Gerrard is there.
I wonder
But-
what you guys think about Jacob Ramsey. And not just
Bro.
because he scored. I was
Yeah.
listening to a podcast. Julien Laurence, he's a French football pundit. He was
Mhm.
saying that Steven Gerrard sees himself in Jacob Ramsey, and
Oh,
then
really?
I went back and I rewatched the goal, and then that kind of made sense, and it got me excited. Am I getting excited for nothing? I don't know. What do you guys think about Jacob Ramsey? 4.5 midfielder.
I have thoughts about Jacob Ramsey, man. I think as well him and Kani Chukwuemeka, I think I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah.
Two highly rated midfielders that and a lot of Villa fans said that, like they really want to see them play more. I looked at him. I mean, I think as I was really in the market for a 4.5, but I looked at him because I saw him starting, and I know he likes to get forward. From what I've seen as well. What I saw, I went in the Aston Villa like Twitter, and I just scrolled. People were like, "Oh well, he's level dropped today. He might get rotated soon with people coming back." But I mean, the fact that he scored doesn't really surprise me because I think if you just watch him, like he's always in his attacking position. He's not afraid of shooting as well.
Mhm.
I think if you're looking for a 4.5, you can't go wrong with him, honestly, because he. I think he'll bring you threes. I think he'll bring you like more than three. So definitely for me, one I would keep an eye on it. If getting an expensive forward or bigger the back becomes fashionable again, then he will definitely be my first choice to downgrade to. The only thing is, make sure you don't buy his brother.
Yeah. Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey, who's 0.1 less and 40 points less. With I think he has like no minutes. Yeah, he has no minutes. So that's one thing. But yeah, I really like how he looks. And this other thing is we have to watch Carney as well because I mean, clearly, like Gerald trying to give some minutes to the youths. So keep an eye out. He got an assist last time. I think he assisted Watkins' goal. So
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
keep an eye on. I was in 7 minutes. So they're gonna get minutes. Villa is is definitely a team to keep an eye out on. But I think I said on his face as well. I prefer the defense. Then I went and I signed Watkins. Watkins got me 12 points. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a hypocrite. But yeah,
I
mean,
was actually shocked. I was actually shocked when I see you had Watkins because
Now,
I know what you said.
let me tell you, see Ronaldo being out, man. So I was like, nah, I'm just shipping Ronaldo. So like 12.5 is too much to bench, right? So Watkins allowed me to have Foden and then have I have 5.1 in my bank right now to upgrade somebody else. So
Wow.
yeah, I have a lot of money right now.
You're rich.
I mean, I don't know if I'll spend it wisely, you know me. But Watkins, I think right now that fixture run, he has Burnley, he has Chelsea. I'm playing him against Chelsea. I don't care. I'm playing him against Chelsea. Leeds, Brentford, United. I think he can score against all these teams. We know how Ollie Watkins is, and he's getting. I think he's kind of running any channels as well now. So he's improving. He's steadily improving. And
Remember
yeah,
last season? Remember last season when we all had him
and we all sold him.
We thought he was gonna fail, and every time, I he was in my team,
Correct,
and
he
I
was in mine
kept
as
him,
well.
and he scored.
I remember that.
We used to get a solid 6 points on him every game.
That's the kind of player he is, man.
Yeah.
His level is getting up. I think even with Ings, he seems to be the main man. So yeah, for me, good transfer in the long term. I think Burnley have looked awful
I
too.
think Gerrard likes him more because he's more mobile.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He
Than
runs the
Danny
channels
Ings,
really well.
than Danny Ings, who probably will stay around the
You
box.
It's something like if there's a change that you needed for your season, but it's only up from here. And now you're
The change I am hoping for is that this thing gets cancelled and we could take a month off, and but I actually watch a little more football than I normally get to watch this week, so I have a lot to say on it really.
You see,
But yeah,
the month off, will kind of throw things off now. Because a
True.
lot of clubs have, well, Chelsea has Club World Cup, there's AFCON, there is,
Gonna cancel? Well,
well, I
supposedly
don't know.
cancel.
There's World
It
Cup
hasn't
next
been
year.
cancelled as yet.
Yeah,
Okay, alright.
there's World Cup next year at the end of next year.
Yeah.
And so all these different things, if the season gets pushed back, all these different things will have to, be rescheduled, and it will be hard. Or if not
I
rescheduled,
mm-hmm.
they would play more games in a
Correct.
smaller
That's what I think
period.
they will do. That's what I think they
Yeah,
will
and
do.
it will be tough on the players now. But they need it because this COVID, it's serious, boy.
Yeah, I mean, again, like it's just us. Like I don't know if you guys saw De Bruyne's quotes. He said he had it, and he's only just feeling himself after how long he's recovered from it, And
Mhm.
he says it's still a struggle, so it clearly affects the people differently. Obviously, we saw this whole thing with Joshua Kimmich being unvaccinated, and he's out for the whole year. Well, until next year. We don't know when he'll come back. So I mean, yeah, it's a serious, serious thing, and it's not like it impacts people differently.
Yeah, it does.
So definitely one to watch out for
Mhm.
in terms of, well, from my FPL perspective. That's scary because like I mean, we saw Fabinho today, Curtis Jones and Virgil van Dijk. Well, possibly had it. Hopefully, it's not too bad.
And
Yeah,
I think the majority of the Spurs team had it as well, and they play
Yeah.
yeah,
Liverpool on
lots
the
of them.
weekend, So
I don't know if you guys saw somebody tweeted. I think it was Seb Wassel. He tweeted something about like the squad, and Brian Gill, like the winger Brian Gill. He liked the post, and the post said that Son had COVID. So I'm gonna just go off that. That Son was one of the people with COVID. It was really like a run around kind of thing, but
You know,
it seems like a lot. Yeah,
there was a time before, I can't remember who was the manager, I think it's this season itself that said Son had COVID and he still played. I'm not even going on that road. I remember
Oh, you
somebody,
mean
No,
Mourinho? That was that wasn't
the
COVID.
false. That was
no,
it
no, it was a false positive.
was a false positive.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
false
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I
positive.
Yeah.
remember that.
it was him and Brian Gill again.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always them. It's always them. Hopefully everybody recovers, So that's the important thing, really. As I
Yeah,
said, like I think that's why they should just pause everything because it's more
yeah.
important.
You know,
indeed,
I'm actually
indeed.
feeling sorry for Kai Havertz has COVID again.
Again, yeah, that's
Yeah,
tough. That's
Really?
tough. He's
yeah,
He had it hard too. He
yeah,
suffered a
yeah.
lot when he got it last year. Wow.
and it's a really tough period for him too because I think that affected his playing ability as well. You see, like he's
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
been
he said
as good
so.
as yeah.
Yeah, he said so.
So, but yeah, I mean, in terms of field, I just want to feel like 11 this week, man. Well, I mean, I'll feel 10. Honestly, I'm good. um, I wish Broha was playing, man. Have you guys? Kwan, you're a Chelsea fan. Have you watched Broha's goal this week? He said
Yeah, I saw it. I was like,
he's
wow,
class, bro.
what a
He's
goal! What
class.
a goal! La
And
Cabana again.
but it goes back to something we talked about before. We said that when he plays like the 80 minutes, 90 minutes, he gets returns because I'm watching it here, right? And he's played. Let me see, 1, 2,
Well,
3,
well, short,
4, 5,
short,
6.
sir.
Oh yeah, I could do that now, right? So
Well,
let me do
short,
that.
sir.
So shit, I say I have two monitors here, and right, but so if you guys could take a look, I don't know if you can see it, right? So we can see here, right? In this diagram, he scored his first 90 minutes against Leeds. He scored the winner. Then he played 78 against Burnley. He scored a goal, got 8. Then against Liverpool, unfortunately, he blanked. That was his third 90 minutes. Then Brighton, 8 points. He came off my bench that week. Yeah. Arsenal, 69 minutes, 2 points is Arsenal. Arsenal have a good defense sometimes. And then, yeah, 12 points this week against Palace. So, in terms of value, I think right now, like 2.8, I think that's going to just rise. Yeah, I think you can't go much wrong in terms of getting him if you're looking for a cheap striker. That's one thing.
I agree. I
Mhm.
I
agree.
Yeah,
mean, even if
yeah,
Southampton are not playing really, really well, I still think he's the kind of player that we saw it. He kind of creates a goal out of nothing in that situation, and I expect him to do it again because he seems to be that kind of hungry kind of striker.
yeah, yeah.
But
He
But
is, he is, he is. Right now, I wish we kept him so we could have played him in front of Timo Werner.
but
I mean,
speaking of Cobham,
poor Una.
speaking
Good,
of
good.
Cobham, what do you all think about Mason Mount's form right now?
Yeah, boy. The guy.
he's
I
top
told you on.
notch.
Yeah, I told you on earlier this week. I said all the other Chelsea attackers, they are not. Well, they just can't find themselves. But you see Mason Mount. he just know where that goal is right now, boy. Yeah, he just know,
Mm.
and he's
I think
taking every chance.
four
Well, not
consecutive.
every chance, eh? He missed a couple of shots today, but at least he's returning, you know.
He hasn't blanked in his last four. So yeah,
Well,
that's
he's basically playing the nine. But he's in front. He was today. He was receiving crosses from Reece James, connecting with Alonso. And I wrote something. I did something last week about how Mason Mount, this kind of uptick of Mason Mount is what's responsible for the downtick in the wingbacks,
yeah.
because the more the creativity is focused in a central area, and the wingbacks have been held back a little bit. So I think Mason Mount is a, if you have like maybe a wingback and Mason Mount, you can get like kind of the best of both worlds. I think it's a nice
Yeah,
combination to have.
Would
yeah,
you still bring him in
Agreed.
with the fixtures he has though? Because he has Wolves, who I think are really showing themselves as one of the best defenses in the league. Then he
hmm
has Villa, who I mean, again, like have been really good defensively. I think the thing is, Mount is probably the man to get returns from these games. He like out of all the Chelsea assets, he has Brighton, who have been, like they've been poor recently, and then Liverpool, City, Tottenham, and two blanks. So I
Mm.
mean, I don't know. For me, that's why I think I mentioned as well in space. Like I would hold him if I had him, but I wouldn't necessarily bring him in. I
Mhm.
still think he will get some points from these fixtures, but I also feel like just given the way of everything there, especially with the injuries Chelsea have, all the uncertainty around it, maybe I get points elsewhere. But definitely following that, when he returns, he has some really nice fixtures, and if he plays that same role with the supporting cast coming back, we've I think when Chilwell supposed to be back on.
Well, it's a Tuchel said that he might be back in January. Is
I
not
heard he has
given.
COVID too, right?
Yeah,
So
he also has COVID too.
yeah, that
Plus,
sucks.
plus, it's a possibility, according to how the injury goes, the
Mm-hmm.
healing process, he might have to have surgery.
Jeez, man, that's tough. That's
Yeah,
really, really
but
tough.
you know how it goes with the ACL.
Yeah.
So, where you gonna do?
Well, yeah, I mean, with those people, with the supporting cast coming back, I'd probably post Game Week 25, so we're talking February. Like that run right there, he might be a kind of player amount where you could bring him in and just like set and forget. Because he has a really nice run. Hopefully, play the same role that he is now. I think he probably will, right? Like that makes sense. So,
Yeah, he will. He will. Mount,
uh,
Mount, Mount on his day is undroppable. You know
yeah,
that.
definitely. He's key wherever he plays for Chelsea, really.
hmm
But what was the issue today? Like, how did I didn't watch the game? I was watching the Liverpool game.
I didn't
How
watch it
did
either. I didn't watch it either. I was in work and then I had class.
I have to
And,
rewatch it then.
and yeah, yeah. I don't want you to watch that game for them to frustrate my soul.
I don't even. I want to know what the problem was. That's what I want to know because I mean,
Chelsea's just complacent right now. That's the problem.
complete.
Complacency, the
You think so?
mentality of these players, but I don't know. I don't know. Because okay, yes, we have come key players out, but you need to be able to to rely on these players, these
Hmm.
Ruben Loftus-Cheeks, the well, I can't even say Saul. That guy is just horrible.
I've seen so much Saul slander on my timeline. I want to see like I need to find a video of like what he did against
I think this guy
Everton.
just needs to go back to Atletico. I saw a
Mhm.
post today saying that um, Simeone sent in to us as revenge for the knockout last season in the round of 16.
Saul, I will. I've watched Saul for years, watching La Liga, and he's rarely played in the correct position.
True.
Agreed.
He's
hmm
not a six. He's not a
You
six.
know, he isn't. He isn't
Mm,
a six. No, he isn't.
He
he's at eight, right?
he's he's even he would be like an eight that would shadow a 10. He would even like push kind of towards the top of the box
hmm
and kind of clean up whatever comes out there. I've seen him like just smash rockets from out in like on the top of the box area. But he's also obviously, you take a player. I've seen him play. I rated him quite highly, and I don't anymore. But I don't know if it's
So
entirely
did
his
I.
fault.
So did I.
Yeah,
when he broke out, he was really, like top talent. I think
yeah.
everybody, like, he was a wonder kid, really. And it's that 7 year contract he signed with Atleti as well, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I saw one clip from the game where he just booted the ball straight over from like inside the box. I don't know, like whatever's going on is just Curry is not the right fit for Chelsea.
So
That's
Hezron
pretty
instead and say that what went on with Chelsea today.
okay. Well, I saw as well that Jordan Pickford was apparently in the form of his life, along with all these problems. So I
Well,
don't know if
Chelsea
that's.
made. I heard that Chelsea made Pickford look world class today.
I think so too. Yeah.
He ran away with all three bonus points today. Yeah. Regime started and then he just took it from him.
That's good. He's too highly owned anyway.
I
That's
think
alright.
I think Pickford is trying to compete with Ramsdale. That's what happened.
the showstopper saves and stuff.
Well, you have to,
Nine
eh?
saves. Wow,
You
nine
have to
saves.
because you'll
Incredible.
lose that spot.
I mean,
I
and
think
Going, eh.
Chelsea had 23 shots compared to Everton's 5.
Wow.
Wow.
that is
23.
that's what we call
Wow.
raffable. That's what we call raffable. We won a Champions League
I,
on flat, right? So
I mean, expected goals was 3 to 0.52 for Everton.
Wow.
well done, Rafa.
17 chances created, 6 big chances,
Oh my god.
90% pass completion.
And
I mean,
this is why I always envy
Wow.
Liverpool. Liverpool, yes, they create a lot of shots, but they finish their chances.
I
Chelsea
think the
had
thing is
no
with that,
ball.
right? I think last season was the opposite of that. Like I don't know if you guys remember, we beat Palace 7-0, and after that for like about that's when we went on the losing streak. And we couldn't score a goal. See, sound like their message. Sorry, very restrictions. I mean, I gladly I own him, but I'm glad I didn't get too many points, but yeah, I mean, just watching us last season, and the big difference is I think that's why Thiago was brought in really was to sort of recycle the possession, to shake up the defense a little bit, and help break down low blocks. And we didn't see that last season because of the problems we had with injuries, with COVID, with just form in general. But this season we see it a lot more. Um, where Thiago is like conducting stuff in the middle, and that was like what people call Liverpool 3.2 on the club, where like he tried to bring in these changes to break down the low blocks, and we've seen it this season. We're seeing Sachini play, you're seeing Trent getting that ball in behind and manage the square. You're seeing Jota dropping off. Jota's off the ball. I think his chemistry with Salah and Mane, I mean, his finishing was obviously class, right? I think he's currently second top scorer in the league, which is ridiculous when you consider the minutes he's had compared to other strikers. But yeah, I mean that whole thing, like our ability to break down these low blocks and score goals, I think that comes from like just a lot of familiarity and a lot of tweaks
Mhm,
system. And people,
mhm.
like Klopp likes his heavy metal football. And yeah, I mean, looking at this guy Jota, he scores a goal every 126 minutes. I think as well, like if maybe we had a full fixture thing, he might have been going out because Firmino's back in, obviously. Um, but I don't even know at this point, man. Like Jota's just ridiculous. Every time you watch him play today, he could have had like a hat trick. Honestly, he could have had a hat trick. So just a random tangent there.
And
Um,
But
it's how he upped his level from when he was playing with Wolves. Because when
yeah,
he
I
was in
think
Wolves, this guy used to frustrate my soul. Because remember he
the
used to
talent
play
was
on
always
top.
there.
Yeah, Diallo's always there. But remember he used to play on top with Raul Jimenez, and he'll be getting shots and he'll be blasting over the bar, hitting it wide, hitting it at the keeper. But
Well,
now,
he's already equal his highest score in season, eh?
yeah, and now
Nine.
Klopp has taken him on, and he's still into even better player. So
Yeah,
congrats to him.
definitely, man. And I think
given
in mhm.
given that Chelsea, right, that they playing Wolves, who are also a really low block, similar to Everton, not the same but similar. Given that their XG was so high, would you expect them to fare better against Wolves, or would you expect them to fare similarly, like high output but low scoring?
Kwan, what do you think as the Chelsea? Well, you didn't watch the game, but I think you're just watching Wolves. I've watched for Wolves. I think Wolves could keep that to like a 1-0. Oh, like Wolves like to lose 1-0. I think Wolves will keep it low. I think they should because they're really, really well organized. Bruno Lage has drilled them pretty well, and Jose Sa.
has been just like phenomenal. I think I saw stats as well. He's the highest scoring keeper right now, right? So the man is honestly ridiculous. I can see that being a low scoring game. I think Chris James is probably still a hold for me there because how long is Jimenez banned for?
I think it was
Look
just
at
one
that.
game because 2 days. Yeah, he should be back. Because it was just 2 yellows. It was 2 yellows, not
Okay,
6 reds.
and Huang is injured, so I mean I can see. Obviously, there's been a bit of a lack of threat in front of goal, but I was really glad James didn't get a yellow card today to get suspended
Hmm.
because I feel like that's a clean sheet. It should be a clean sheet.
I
And
think. I think. I think. I don't think Wolves will threaten us. To be honest, if
I like
anything,
the
they'll be coming out
wingbacks
from
in this
corners.
matchup. I think
Hmm.
the strength of Wolves will be in that deep lying back three.
Hmm.
yeah,
And but I think both Semedo and Aït-Nouri, Aït-Nouri's been great after that. I have to give a lot of credit to him. He's been playing well,
yep,
but he's
fantastic.
still a kid. Aït-Nouri against Reece James. Reece James is gonna eat him up and spit him out.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
He's
The
gonna
thing is,
break
right?
him in half.
I mean, from a defensive point of view, I think Rhys James will, but Aït-Nouri proved it. He kept Salah quiet. So Salah only got a look in when Aït-Nouri came off injured, right? So that's one thing. Like his defensive, I mean, obviously that will help because they were in a deep block, right? But I mean, we should give him some credit. If he's fit, I think he'll do a decent shift.
Reece
But
James
as well,
has like a Salah in each leg. It's like this big.
it's true. It's true.
I think.
He's
I think. I think you forget that Rich James is built like a tank.
built like a
He's
tank.
just gonna
But
blow him
who
up.
else is built like a tank? And we'll probably start that game. Adama Traore. So I think that would probably be the big threat for that Wolves like they try to build off him. Whether or
Mhm.
not he could actually do anything with the ball, I don't know. But yeah, he will
That
You
be
don't
starting.
know? How could you say you don't know? I don't understand that statement.
that guy has all the dribbling ability and whatnot. You see, when it comes to the final third, nothing.
Every season there's one game where Adama Traore just pop off. So you better hope it's not that game.
Pop off
I,
on you
I
how much
know.
points?
It's not about points. I just talk about pure FPL
Oh,
because
I talk about points.
last couple of seasons, you can ask City fans about Adama Traore
Mm-hmm.
and
I
running
think
them man ragged.
I think Adama versus Rudiger would be an interesting battle because we know Rudiger
You
likes to
see
go
division. You see
on
division.
his adventures up the field, and
You see in division, bro. That's exactly what I was talking
Well,
about.
yeah, I
Rudiger better
think
watch
that
himself.
No,
would be an
let me
interesting.
hypothesize something for you guys, right? So imagine Saulo Marcus Alonso against Adama
Oh,
Traore.
Jesus.
Right? Okay, so I'm just saying, like that's what I think the big threat from that matchup from Wolves will be because obviously Huang is out. But if Adama just has like that moment because he always has this one game every season where he just looks like I don't know, man. Like I don't know to describe him as, but he just looks good. Yeah, he's a unique kind of guy, you know.
Yeah,
But
and
He's like a broken clock. It's right twice a day.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
Eventually, he'll do something.
Literally,
I
yeah.
like that one. I like that one.
So who's
I think,
Liverpool's playing Tottenham this game week?
yeah, I'm honestly I'm a bit concerned. Because I don't know, like we don't have Fabinho, we don't have Van Dijk, we don't have Curtis Jones, who we've missed him for a while. We don't have him this time. But Conte, man, like he's a really good coach. I know that the squad will be affected due to COVID, so hopefully we can pull something out. I think we're at home as well, so that's always nice. But yeah, I think I will just leave the armband on Salah. I mean, Salah at this point, oh wait, we are away actually, but he's on a hunt for a record. He's looking to break the consecutive goals record, take it off Jamie Vardy outright. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Gab,
And
I know you were going to say something just now before I cut you off. So about that, you can go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, what you were going to say something?
Oh yeah, no. I was just thinking about I just kept thinking about Adama Traore against Antonio Rudiger. It's like the Big Bang. It's like a whole new universe is gonna come out of that encounter.
and the thing is, the funny thing with that whole matchup is it's gonna be Rudiger and it's gonna be Saulo Alonso covering. So it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be
But
mad.
I think Traore will play primarily on the left, and I think Jimenez has been playing on the right. We'll have
Yeah,
to see
on
because
the Lage,
Lage
yeah.
can switch them.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll see.
I know. Like whenever Traore does seems like an assist, is he takes a defender to the byline, squares it back in the AF for Jimenez. Like I know they had a lot of goals like that. I think like 2 seasons ago. So maybe he'll try to recreate that because his options are kind of limited right now in terms of forwards. Is Pedro Neto fit? I don't think he is.
No, but
Yeah.
it's not fit. No.
And
I
then,
think Pudance is fit.
yeah, I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Poland. So when is Neto back? Is Neto to his ACL?
No return date.
No return it. That I mean, he's a player. I would love to see him under Bruno Lage. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a question there?
Yeah, you have a question there, you want?
I feel like it's targeted to me. So, um, I think Firmino, like his minutes and stuff. I don't know. Like again, he right now on a productivity like level, he's currently on a mad one. I think he averages like a goal contribution like every other like like he's kind of on form right now. So in terms of playing him, I know Salek explained to me he plays in a exclusively in like a mini league where the rules are you can't own Salah, Kane, Trent. You can't own a lot of high owned players, right? So you have to go different. So that's a pretty interesting idea. Um, so in terms of Firmino, there he might really be a good shout. It's just that Jota's in a really hot form too. Mane is probably the guy who might get dropped, to be honest. Mane, he got assisted at FPL assist with another real assist. He hasn't got an assist, I think, in like a goal in his last like 6 or 7 games. So I think what we might see is like against United, we had Salah, Jota, Firmino, like that might come out every so often, but I wouldn't put my money on it, in terms of him starting every game because he is getting eased back in, and we have to keep him fresh for a potential AFCON. So yeah, that's what I would say about him. But he is definitely looking to get returns.
We actually have a comment here from Tyrone.
That seems to be the
what's up, bro?
sentiment.
Okay, there's some. So I came across some news regarding Wolves, and then this actually maybe makes the case for Reece James as a vice captain. And Ryan Ait-Nouri is out with a groin injury, no return date. So it will
So he's
be
out.
Klein. It'll be your boy Marcel on that side.
You're gonna sell him, Kwan? You're gonna sell him? You keep it in? What are you doing?
Well, I don't have 11 players, so I know gonna sell a guy who's playing.
No, you can't sell him now.
Yeah.
He's gonna stick with you forever.
Come on, here what to do, right? When we share the podcast tomorrow, see 100 listens and you're Captain Marcel, man. What do you think? I think it's only fair.
100 is too much, man.
50. But I don't have faith in that matchup at all. But I mean, Chelsea have just like from what I've heard, they've looked a little disorganized. Everybody's looked good against Everton. That's the funny thing. Like, I'm sorry, but everybody has created a lot of chances against Everton.
Because I was expecting Chelsea to blow them away. Not
Yeah, I mean, me too.
finish 1-1.
My advice was
mean,
on.
I mean, yes, the front three haven't really played together much this season, but still, man, there's so much quality in that front three. There was Ziyech, there's Pulisic, was Mount, and then deeper was Jorginho and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and then even Rich James, and these guys, I don't know.
Wait, sorry, you said quality, then you said Jorginho?
Excuse the guy finished third, right? For for the Ballon d'Or, okay?
Yeah, that miscount as election fraud.
Hashtag Jorginho
Gentlemen, I'm gonna have to take my leave. It's time for the bed night story for the kids.
Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Thanks,
It's always
man.
a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
So it's a pleasure to have you.
And you guys make sure to follow him up. Everybody listening, FPL Lens. We'll plug him when we share the link, man. Tweet it out,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Tweet it out.
Always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Please, thank you for having me. I hope you'll have me back again sometime soon.
Of
Good
course,
luck this
man.
game week.
Yeah, man.
All
You
of
too,
our
man.
8 or 9
If it
players that'll be
happens,
playing.
if it happens. Good night, man.
All right, good night,
Yeah, man.
everybody.
Right.
One question though, Johan. You said
Yeah.
regarding Jota versus Firmino, right? You said Jota was in form, but
Yeah.
to me, like Jota gets so many chances and he wastes them, whereas Firmino, he doesn't get much chances, but he always seems to be, he seems to be more efficient. His numbers seems to be better.
The weird thing is, this season, that seems to be the case. But, the story with Firmino is the man is an inefficient guy.
But
But he's
I don't
more
know. Like
efficient than Jota.
yeah, I think the thing is too, like Klopp has been experimenting with, because everybody seems to go into a low block against us, right? So if you watch the goals from scored this season, they've all been tap-ins. They've all been literally a man square the ball across the box and he
Yeah,
just
but
puts it in, right?
hasn't Jota been missing those same chances?
Well, so Jota has been, I don't know, the thing is that Jota seems to be the match situation today. I don't know if you guys saw his goal, but he had a point blank header saved and tapped in the rebound.
Yeah.
So still
As a
story of the season.
as a Jota owner, I'm really not confident because it's getting to the point now where he gets so many of these opportunities. I feel like every week he gets an opportunity like that, and he seems to waste it. Kind of
Yeah, he
like
scored this week.
Watkins. Kind of
You
like
actually,
Watkins.
so guys, you actually have a question here from Brandon again.
Mhm.
So he said that Villa has 4 green fixtures over the next 5 game weeks, triple up. What midfielders are best?
Oh wait,
The thing about it
Ramsey.
is tripling
Yeah,
up right now, given that is if one fixture is postponed, that's three players out your team one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tripling up right now is exciting. That's try to spread out your team as best as possible, have a playing
agreed.
bench, these kind of stuff. So I wouldn't, unless it's Liverpool, don't triple up right now. It don't make it don't
The
make
thing is,
sense.
even when you triple up on Liverpool, you triple on Liverpool because everybody triple up on Liverpool now. That's the thing.
Exactly, just for coverage purposes. But to answer the
But
question, as much as Green Arrows have they have, probably two players. I would not suggest anybody tripling up on any team other than Pool at the moment.
that's solid advice, honestly.
Yeah, I
And I think
agree.
in terms of if I had to pick somebody from every position in Villa, I would probably still go for Ramsey as a 4.5 option. Like I know we talked about his minutes and everything just now, but I really like Jacob Ramsey. Boy, like just watching him play. As Gab said, that the journalist said, Gerrard sees himself in him. I can see that being a possibility. And the funny thing is as well, we talk about Buendia in the beginning of the season. Buendia hasn't nailed on his spot here at all. So yeah, I mean Ramsey is a man who clearly Jared likes. In terms of defense, I'll go with Cash again. I don't know if
yeah,
you guys wanna
same.
make a case for target. But even Timmy has Konza. I think Konza's a really good pick too.
Yeah, he is.
Konza,
He is. He's threatening on
yeah.
corners too, just like nobody else. I don't want to say that guy name. I don't want to say that guy name. He did deserve it.
Fellas, wait, like one thing. So, what you all think? Just okay. So, Leeds on our whole. Let Leeds,
Leeds boy,
Leeds.
only Rafi boy. You know,
Just Rafi, right? So
just
y'all keeping
Rafi.
Rafi because I should have said man instead of Smith
But
Rowe
I
this
do,
week.
but I do
Yeah.
a Rafi. I don't know about Timmy and Vic.
Why
I
you
I
don't
still
never
know.
have
have the
him.
man,
I
right?
still have him, and I'm not selling him.
To me, I feel like with you on that, because I think he when if Leeds do score, Rafinha.
Easy man,
So
yeah. It had this
yeah,
week. I think it was either last week or the week before. It was versus Chelsea, and I was like, yeah,
the
boy.
penalty dog,
Yeah, no way he's scoring on Chelsea. I pay him in slot.
penalty dog.
I pay him in slot too. And in a league that I'm in, that has a very nice cash prize. Um, I lost that by 3 points with Rafinha.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, with Rafinha on my bench in slot two and Livermento coming on with 1 point. I was pissed. So I'm not selling him. I'm not selling him at all.
Well, you see, that was all Marcos Alonso fault.
but
Nobody,
the thing is, right? Is either Alonso fault or Saul fault, and one of them gonna play. So they always have
right?
faults to have, right?
So let me explain what happened to you all. I don't know if anybody saw it, right? But Rafinha was nowhere close to. If Rafinha had shoot from there, he would not score. Rafinha was not even close to the goal. He was in the box, but he was further out, And I was like, well, all you have to do then is, marshal the guy out,
Quan,
Yeah.
Quan, let me cut
and
you off.
he
Let
pin
me,
him up.
sorry
Bow.
for cutting you off. All right, let me just share this perspective, right? Um, Talking the football is something completely different to actually playing the football, right?
It's true, it's true.
In certain situations, a defender makes a decision based on his understanding of the game. Remember, you watching the game after it done happen and all these different things now.
Ma-
So
Marcos
to
Alonso is a
say
defender.
anyhow, right? The point is
Yeah,
his
we have a real good
decision.
point there. Just saying.
His decision is made in the moment in the game, and to him that was the best decision. So for you to
Yeah,
say
to
he
pin
could
him
have
up.
just do this and he could have just do that, that wasn't the best decision for him. So I wouldn't fight him down.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
all I had to say is from this because this is how we talking about football. We talk about FPL here. All I can say is that Rafinha is consistently giving people these decisions to make, right? And I think to me, even against Arsenal, I mean, I'll pay the man because of this entire COVID situation, this benching thing. If Leeds do get something from Arsenal, it was either gonna be him or Joe Gelhardt. I guarantee it. The youth man, the youth man.
That trained from since the man came on for his
Dog.
first game.
But in that when the man come on the first game, get assist with the first touch. Then he scored the first touch in the Chelsea game. He string you up and you want to battle the man. But I think at 4.5 he's the best 4.5 in the game. He's what everything we thought Ryan Brewster would be last season. But
I thought Jacob Ramsey is the best 4.5 in the game.
I said, but it's different positions. Go on, keep up.
Well,
We're talking strikers here.
Well, Sage 4.5.
I said striker way. That's why he's making.
I would argue Ramsdale was the best 4.5.
Yes. Fair. The thing is, right, what's really funny is I remember talking about Ramsdale season before at Bournemouth now, and I was like, this man gonna make a good signing, and the man absolutely embarrassed himself at Sheffield. He was terrible. It's kind of crazy to see the switch up, right? But I mean, that just goes to show like what confidence could do to you. So I mean, he's clearly a confidence player,
and I find it's really funny, right? Dean Henderson at Sheffield was amazing. Ramsdale at Sheffield was poor, but now is almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Such is life.
I kind of blame Ole for that though. Ole should have let the man go, honestly.
Yeah.
I actually saw a post today saying that he's fed up now and he wants to leave in January.
Yeah, that's his own fault, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's something to keep an eye on. If he goes into our next Premier League team, Henderson was a really good asset at his price for that season. With Lundstrom as well, if you guys remember that. So definitely one to keep an eye on.
But I can't see him. I don't know which Premier League team you think he would go to.
I don't think anybody need a keeper right now. Right?
Definitely Niall. He is one of the best FPL accounts on Twitter.
He is.
Whoever is watching should follow him.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Quality,
Big up Nehal as well.
Guy. Yeah.
I know Nehal was celebrating that trend goal just as loudly as I was. So big up Nehal. Yeah, I mean, all in all, man, I think this week again, like just leave it as late as possible with the transfers. And
for sure.
again, don't let yourself feel too down. That's another thing I think we should talk about because, like, this week was so unpredictable, bro. So unpredictable. Like I managed to get my good score for once.
Who would have thought we'd have gotten all those points in this game? So imagine if all of our players had played.
Pure luck, though. Pure luck. I would have taken that little 2 points from Guyton. I would have taken the 2 points. I would have go far. But yeah, I mean, don't be surprised if don't rush, man. Just don't be surprised if these games get cancelled, because we saw it last season. Hopefully they hand us a wild card like they did the season before.
Question, right?
Yeah.
Do you all think it makes sense to take a hit a -4 to bring in Foden for this week?
Nah.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't do it.
You see, I think the reasoning behind me doing it last time, I saw that leak. Besides the leak, I saw I kind of knew he was gonna pop off because of how this man's play, but there's no guarantee. Like now that I have him, I'm terrified that he's gonna get benched against Newcastle. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know if he's gonna start. The good thing about the bad thing about having a Man City player, that whole is yellow off is just a 1 week thing now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say
So would you rather have Gallagher who not playing, or in my case Jared Bowen who isn't playing?
I wouldn't attack it. I would honestly just field as much as I could, and I wouldn't attack it. You have still in. You have which asset do you have from Bernardo?
No, I don't have any City assets.
Oh, in that case, I'll probably ship Bowen because of how. The thing is, I think it's a kind of scary thing. I mean,
I have Cancelo, but everyone has Cancelo.
No, I don't.
And you just answer so many questions without doing.
You have Marcel Bruce.
Vic, I have a question.
Yeah.
Vic.
Yeah.
You have a question. You were saying you rather have Gallagher who not playing. You rather start off the game week on -4 to get 0. Like it don't make sense.
You see,
The
that's
maths
that's
not
exactly the
matching.
point, though. That's the point, and
So
I think
who's
that's
I
your
the
mean,
key thing in it.
I
who
mean,
your free transfer gonna be?
Antonio to Watkins.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's
I
true.
have three strikers right now: King, Dennis, Antonio. Neither of them. All three not
Oh,
playing. So I
The
well,
mean,
hell is right. This is the thing here,
nobody
man. Like,
nobody tell you to go on and buy King and double upgrades.
yeah, honestly,
Sorry,
I
Dennis
was
and
a bit
Wumble
surprised.
and
I was a bit
double up.
surprised when I saw that, Vic, because like I thought like just given the like you better try and spread the like that was the
no.
biggest with me like
So
spreading it.
what had happened,
You
right?
don't trust
Mhm.
Watkins.
Here
You
we
No.
go.
don't
Here
trust
we go. What
Well,
had
Watkins.
happened was
what happened was last week Saturday, before Manu had COVID, before it was announced, I did Vardy to Ronaldo. Then Saturday evening, I did that so that I would beat Vardy's price drop because Vardy's Spurs against Leicester was postponed.
Mhm.
So I did that to beat Vardy's price drop, and Ronaldo had just sold, so I didn't want to lose any money on getting Ronaldo. So I did Vardy to Ronaldo, thinking, man, you playing in in the week, they have an easy
Mhm.
fixture,
Yeah,
So
that's
so I
a
did
oof,
that.
dog.
Then Manu got COVID, so I was like, okay, now I have Ronaldo on the bench. So I was like, okay, do I do Watford, who have Brentford? Is it Burnley? It was Watford have Burnley, and Burnley's defense is
Yes, yep,
horrible right now. So I was
yep.
like, okay, so let me go Ronaldo down, and that would free up funds so that I could get Foden for Newcastle over the weekend.
Mhm.
So that was my thinking. But
Mhm.
lo and behold, then the Watford game got cancelled. So I ended up in a situation where Antonio was my only playing striker this weekend. Well, over the weekend I have no playing strikers, but I tried to beat the price rise for Ronaldo, and I literally didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I just think right now, like from the time you hear about this like increase in cancellations, it's just to leave your transfer as late as possible. Figure what the price is,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
try
I will
and
leave it. I will leave it
yeah.
late, but I don't know if because that hits for Bowen. That Bowen could also go to Mount.
Right.
So
I think I don't know if like the same thing I said about Mount, like just given like the fixtures, I feel like like while he will get points, he could probably chase for more elsewhere. As you think? Like I think he will get
yeah,
returns, but like I don't know, like
because
that's how I feel about Mount. Because I also feel like he's a
because
transfer out waiting to happen too now.
providing that I don't swap any of my midfielders, I would be starting on 9 players because I'll
Yeah,
have
I'll be
one
starting
playing
at 9 too.
striker. Yeah, so if I take a hit, I'll start with 10. So
Oh wait, no, I started on
Oh,
8 actually.
I
Whoops. But
actually
then
I
yeah.
know watching my team. I actually have 10.
Hmm.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
Michael Keeper is
Marcel,
not
yes,
playing.
yes,
Yeah, you
we
have
know, you have
Marcel, so that's
Marcel.
like 12.
Uh, well, right now I'm hoping that Maxwell Cornet is back after all
The
that
kind of
rest he
names you
gets.
calling now, man. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
after all that rest he get now.
Hey, hey,
I have 8 players. I have 8 players. I'll probably go in with 9 and just call it a day there because this week I played with 10
Kwan,
players. So
Kwan. Football is played on grass, and as we know, Maxwell Cornet, he
plays
does not
football on
abide
grass.
by the numbers. He don't go by that.
FC numbers had a real good week. Just wanna say, had a very good week. I'm the numbers man. I love numbers. Numbers
FC
man. Yep.
numbers, FC numbers had a good week because King and Dennis didn't. Well, Dennis didn't
Dennis
play.
didn't
That's
play.
that.
Yeah, fair enough, look. Fair enough. I
Had
mean,
Dennis had Dennis
Foden is
played against
FC.
Burnley, you'd have a different story.
But
Different
if we
story.
go in by the pattern, then next week is for FC Grazia. So I don't know. We
So
gotta see.
so Jacob
What's up?
Ramsey then.
No, if I bring in around any man score, I think is I have made up my mind. I think I probably will sell Livermore for a defender now. Probably Tomoyasu.
Mhm.
I
So
like
that's
that
probably
though.
my move. Yeah, that's my
You
move.
feel
I think
you
that's
feel
probably my move.
you feel Arsenal gonna get a clean sheet?
It's more a long term thing. I feel like the man who's killing my rank right now is Ramsdale. So
But your rank
that's
going
about
up.
it.
I have Ramsdale and going
Okay,
the
fair enough.
opposite way.
But nah, I don't know. Like I just feel like I can't justify that defensive transfer, that attacking transfer, like to sell King, to sell Bruja.
Ewan, we have a
Um,
question for you there.
Yeah.
I
So
don't see
yeah.
before
Matip or
before the
Kanate.
question, Vic, fellas, I looking to wrap it up tonight. It was nice chatting with you. I look forward to the next pod. Hopefully next weekend we talking, or next game week we talking better game weeks than this one.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's
Nah,
green arrows.
I don't feel we're getting a pod next week, because I feel
Yeah, I feel so same. I feel
we
so
could
same.
we could have a pod, but maybe not just keep it light. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
guys, but we can decide when I come. But nice talking to me.
All right, to me later.
Okay, good night, fellas.
Later to me.
It's bro. But yeah, in terms of Matip or Kanate, I think I don't know. Right now, if we don't have COVID, that means both of them should play. So either one really. In terms of goal threat, you're getting absolute nothing in either because Kanate had a free header today and just. But Matip is probably the man for bonus points, I would say, because that man loves to dribble, he loves to pass. Kanate is just a beast. He did. I think he did really well against Sam Maxinen today. He threw the man on a couple of times. I like to see that. Um, but yeah, I mean, in terms of that, I'll probably go with the Matip move. I feel like he's the more nailed. He'll get more appearances at least, and probably more chance of bonus. Yeah, I like.
Niall say he has 9 players this game week. Starting to get Ramdays for Goyata. Probably just
I think that's safe. I think that's a real safe move
think,
because
it is.
I think like I might if I don't make it Tomiyasu move, that'll probably be the move, the same Ramsey Gaita, because like then I could try and do Livermore to Mitchell at some point, or even Ash or whoever else.
Mitchell.
Take a look. Yeah, I don't know. Mitchell is a man. I love Tarek Mitchell. You know, that man has saved my skin many a
In the
times.
past.
In the past.
In the past.
Definitely, but not in the present day, but he has saved my skin. So that being said, attachments, like I might see what I could do with him.
Nihal, as a Ramsdale owner from game week 7, I would definitely say
Big up nuts.
that
Big
you
up
should go for
nuts.
him. I think Arsenal defense is a good defense. They
Yeah.
may be leaky against top 6 teams, but generally they are a very good defense. They are well drilled, and with Tomiyasu, once Tomiyasu is fit,
Yeah.
I think that defense is very good. Like if any of the back four gets injured, then it may become a problem. But as long as Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, and Tierney is fit, I think
Even with Tavares, they're doing alright, huh?
yeah.
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 I think
so, I mean,
Arsenal. I think Guaita to Ramsdale is a really good shout this week.
I might end up making that. I mean, how much is Ramsey on 5.1?
Yeah,
Something like
he's
that.
5.1.
Good, but that man really like Martinez. Oh, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Livermore just he's outliving his
The actual question there, which Arsenal mid is the one to target.
Smith Rowe, bro. I will maintain the Smith Rowe, and the thing is, even though Smith Rowe, his minutes might be managed, I still think he's kind of this form he have right now is so good that I would still consider him. I think still though, like there's a lot of merit to everything. Like Saka has the minutes and he has his potential. We saw that last time out. He was on red hot form.
Saka played really well in today's game.
Yesterday's game.
Yesterday's game, yeah.
He was
played
brilliant.
really well.
He was fantastic. And the thing is, he came off injured, but Gabriel Martinelli is playing as a striker right now, and Aubameyang is also the picture. So that's one to keep an eye on. Luckily,
he has 2 returns in 2 games.
Yes, he does. Yeah, and somebody called him mid on my when I talked about him yesterday. I was like, well, not rate Martinelli. Martinelli's a good player. Like he's just very unfortunate with injuries. He's 21 years old too. But even self, Odegaard, bro. Odegaard, besides the last game, he returned in like the last 3. So there's always a lot of options. But I just think Smith Rowe have this kind of inevitability about him these days. So,
he has that lock on his side at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
I feel like he might be the man.
If you're looking for somebody, Smith Rowe might be the man for you.
Yeah, I would say that. I would definitely say that. Yeah. I'm really upset that I sold him for Foden. I should have sold Rafinha for Foden instead.
So do you all think Odegaard would get benched in the Leeds game?
He came off early, so I think he might start. But I don't know. That's the thing. Like we can never really tell.
I think Odegaard and Smith Rowe are really fighting for the same position on that team. So
have they played together before?
Not for a while. Not since before Smith Rowe was injured. I think
And
when Smith Rowe started his hot streak, Odegaard was on the bench and Smith Rowe
yeah,
was playing through the 10. And
yeah.
then when Smith Rowe got injured, Odegaard came on, played in the 10, and started getting
And
all the
then
points.
now as Aubameyang outside, yeah, he the undisputed 10 now.
Well,
Yeah, and
I'm
Yeah.
watching it now, and
By
Smith
the
was
way,
actually coming in from the left in a
by
couple of
the
the
way,
games.
big up Nihal.
Yeah, big
You
up
know,
Nehal. Thank you, Nehal,
yeah. Thank
for
you,
the help.
Nihal, and we'll be looking forward to having you all the time.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
I think as well Smith was played on the left while Odegaard's played as the 10, so that's something to keep an eye out on as well. That but
so do you
again,
think Lacazette would be the one to get dropped?
well, I mean after that penalty he might really get dropped, but I think he had a good game other than that, to be honest. I guess
Yeah, I think
But
so
drop for
too.
who? Drop for who?
Smith Rowe.
Lacazette.
Who's
But
getting dropped for Smith Rowe in the Leeds game?
it can't be Lacazette because who will
Right.
strike?
Martinelli.
Martinelli,
But Martinelli, his injury wasn't serious again.
that's the next thing.
I hear he hopped off.
Boy, who knows? Yes, again, like that's a big wait and see for me. I just think like Smith is the kind of man will probably get the appearance though. Like he's just in such a good piece of form. Yeah, the same thing there. FPL Lucas says about Odegaard now. Like that substitution has me kind of worrying. But
Yeah.
his form is what has me in two minds now, because his form is really good. So I think again, like I feel like Smith is probably Saka is probably more nailed than Smith because he can
Yeah,
play
but
on
I think
that wide role too.
I think points potential wise, Smith Rowe would be the one to go to, and I
Yeah,
think he would be
definitely.
the most owned as well.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
It's crazy because a lot of Saka owners thought that he would get outscored. Smith would get outscored by Saka, and then what Saka this week he gets an assist, he plays amazing, and Smith still comes on and outscores him. So, all in all, man, like Steve Smith, that would be my final call on that. I think
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know. I'm very upset that I made that sale.
And what about Saka?
Yeah, well,
if you want
I
a
see-
differential, then
Yeah, I
Saka
see
would
he
be the one
assisted.
to go for.
He assisted Martinelli's goal, didn't he?
Smith Rowe's goal.
Smith Rowe's goal. Okay.
Yeah, Lacazette assisted Martinelli's goal.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, all in all, man,
And
it's a
as
lot
we
of
know, Leeds defense isn't
It's not
Leeds
good.
defense quite leaky.
yeah, well, we know
So
that.
Mhm. And they got more injuries in the last game against Man City. So
Shackleton came off right, so
mhm.
for
you'll
Leeds,
have me thinking to go Bowen to Saka,
yeah, why not, man? Yeah, if you're chasing, why not? I don't know, like the thing is, this is when last season I think I was in a similar position where I had a good game week and a bad game week, and then I ended up choking it a little bit. So I could have probably taken an advantage of my position better. So I'm thinking about like what's the best move in terms of making a safe transfer.
Mhm.
I don't know, but I have a day to think about it. So
Yeah.
hopefully could plan it out. We'll see.
Yep.
This FPL thing is just stressful. I don't know how I
Oh,
always make me play it.
it's even more. It was you see before COVID, it was stressful, but not as stressful as this boy. This
Yeah, it's
COVID,
true.
yeah,
It's
this
true.
COVID have you I
Yeah.
fired up overthinking, doubting yourself.
hmm
No,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's really tough. It's really tough. But what you gonna do? I mean, that is why we playing fantasy bonus league too, right?
I actually think I got over 100 points this weekend, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I did too. Well,
uh,
Vic, next season you should join us over there, man.
nah, Vic, don't do that way. You're
Nah.
tough when you're playing fantasy Bundesliga. You just
Next
wake up late.
next season, I'm not sure if I even play in FPL. I'll find an
Well,
exam
that's a
next
lie. That's a
season.
lie.
Nah, I'm not sure as yet. We'll see.
That's the man advice.
You'll find the time, but you'll find the time. Trust me,
Boy.
you'll find the time.
Wait.
Well, all right, guys.
Yeah.
If we have not much to talk about again, I guess we can wrap it up and call it a night.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
man.
It's a really good stream in the end.
Yeah. So
Big up,
thanks
big
for
up the team.
thanks for everybody for coming through and listening. It was nice, and hopefully we all have a good game coming up.
Amen.
That's if The games don't get postponed.
Hopefully, there's a game week coming up. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't our usual pod, but you all got some content still, right? Some
Yeah,
quality content.
we always providing. We always providing. So.
So guys, have a good night.
Good
And
night and green arrows to all.
yeah. All right, guys.
Good night.